Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, if you're interested in wanting to learn more about how you will meet your marriage partner and what they're going to be like and what relationships are like for you, then listen in. This is the video for you because I can tell you how you'll meet and what they're like. So what I'm doing is I am using the sidereal Vedic chart. So if you're looking at your chart from a Western chart standpoint, you really need to get your Vedic sidereal chart. If you don't know it, you can go to my website, galacticcenter.org, and I have a free chart calculator. And if you want better clarity in detail, go to my Galactic Planner. It's going to give you everything you need to know. And that is galacticplanner.com. So let's get going here and let's talk about if you're an Aries ascendant and your seventh house, which is your seventh house, is going to be Libra, then your partner will be very graceful and charming. You're attracted to those that have charm, beauty, grace, good looking. That is the kind of partner you're going to be looking for. Now, if the planet that rules your seventh house, for all ascendants, I'm going to go through all ascendants, that this planet that rules the seventh house will give a depiction of what they look like and how they are. So if your ascendant is Taurus, then this means that Scorpio's on your seventh house. And this means that your partner's very passionate and very much into deep-seated things. They have deep emotion with their passion. But they can also be a little bit difficult to talk to because even though they feel deeply, many times they just can't express it or get it out. You're going to have to pull it out of them. How do you really feel? But they have passion and deep-seated things, and they can be pretty secretive. So that's if you have a Taurus ascendant. Scorpio is on your seventh house. If you have a Gemini ascendant, then this means that Sagittarius is on your seventh house. And this means that Jupiter and Sagittarius describe your partner. Bigger than life, very much into travel, adventure, and you could even meet them through some kind of travels or learning or education. But it's definitely going to be about somebody that expresses themselves in a huge big way. Everything is important. And here's another thing. They can be very opinionated and and very strong in their beliefs. So if your ascendant is Cancer, then this means Capricorn's on your seventh house. And this would mean your marriage partner would be very industrious, very work-oriented, and very ambitious. And they would really like to organize and have their own business because Saturn rules your seventh house. So somebody that's organized, somebody that's focused, somebody that's disciplined and structured, and they can be a little bit older. If your ascendant is in Leo, then this means Aquarius is on your seventh house. And this means in partnership, you are drawn to somebody that is a little bit cool and detached, but highly intelligent and very expressive with their words. And the way they speak can be highly intelligent and advanced in the way that they use their words. And I have to say they are educated, but they can be cool, collected, and not so boisterous. They're kind of calm and keep to themselves. If your ascendant is in Virgo, then you're attracted to someone exactly opposite to you, somebody that's all over the place with their feelings or emotions. They don't have a lot of boundaries and they need to set their goals and boundaries, but all at the same time, they're very kind and soft and well-intentioned and meaningful. That's going to be Pisces and Jupiter ruling your 7th house. So let's now talk about where the planet of your 7th house resides. I just described their looks, their personality, their temperament. But now I want to describe a deeper aspect to you and your relationship. Now I could go into great depth, but this video would probably take about 5 hours. So I tried it already, and each sign I went through was 30 minutes to an hour. So this is going to give you what you need. And if you're really more interested in finding out more, then think about taking my university seriously. I have a school where all of this I do, but in great depth. And it's University of Vedic Astrology. But let's get going. So if you have an Aries, well, let's just talk about if you're the ruler of your 7th house, which if you know you're an Aries ascendant, then the ruler of your 7th house is going to be Venus. But this goes for all the ascendants. So let me go back over each ascendant and what planet you're looking for. So if you're an Aries ascendant, Venus is the planet that you're looking for in your chart. If you're a Taurus ascendant, then it's Mars you're looking for in your chart. If you're a Gemini ascendant, then it's going to be Jupiter that you're looking for in your chart. If you're a Cancer ascendant, then you got to find Saturn, what house it's in your chart. If you're a Leo ascendant, you're going to find Saturn and see what house it's in your chart. If you're a Virgo ascendant, then you're going to have to find Jupiter and find out where it is in your chart. And if you're a Libra ascendant, then you're looking for Mars, where it is in your chart. And if you're a Scorpio ascendant, you're looking at where Venus is in your chart, what house. And if you're a Sagittarius ascendant, then you're looking for where Mercury is in your chart. If you're a Capricorn ascendant, then you're looking for where the moon is, what house it's in your chart. And if you're an Aquarius ascendant, then you're going to be looking for where the sun is, what house it is in your chart. And if you're a Pisces ascendant, then you're going to be looking at where Jupiter is in your chart. So let's get going. Let's find out where the ruling planet of your 7th house is. So if the planet that rules your 7th house is in the 1st house, then this means your partner is totally into you. They want everything that you want. They're going to try to make you happy. They're going to try to do everything to please you. And relationships are so very important to them. And they will bend over backwards to help you. That is a relationship-oriented partner for sure. So if you have the ruler of your 7th house in the 2nd house, then this means that your partner will be around about money. And many of the things that you discuss and work with will be finances and family, bringing family together, but most of all, family with finances. It's so vitally important that keeping things organized financially and family matters are brought together and considered profoundly and deeply. This is what your partner is going to be about if the ruling planet of your 7th is in the 2nd. So if the ruling planet of your 3rd house sits the ruling planet, of your 7th house sits in the 3rd house, then this means that you could meet your partner through school, education, or you could meet them through travels, short trips, going to conferences, anything that involves learning, education, and travel. This would be the most likely place to meet a partner. It could even be through a sibling. That would be interesting. But your partner will be very smart, very much into learning and curious about everything, very open-minded, and that's what you're most enthralled with and looking for. So that's going to be a very interesting, you love to communicate with each other. Communication is number one. Open up, talk, tell me what you're thinking. That's going to be if the ruler of the 7th's in the 3rd. Now, if you have the ruler of the 7th in the 4th, your partner will be very much into home, family, and they could even be involved in some way with real estate, buying or selling, or something to do with leasing or homes or property. But they grew up close to their family, and they want family and security more than anything. That's going to be your partnership. So if the ruler of the 7th is in your 5th house, then your partner will be very excited in the dating scheme of things, being very romantic, being excited about love and romance. They're addicted. So once you're married, make sure you keep that excitement going, because they really love being in love. And your partner could be very, very creative, artistic in some way, highly intelligent. And the other thing is they could love children. And children are an important aspect or variable concerning their life. If you have the ruler of the 7th in the 6th house, then you could meet your partner through work. They could be a co-worker, and or you could have some great interest together in health and healing. Maybe you meet at the gym. Maybe you meet taking classes where you learn about health, healing, and self-improvement, helping yourself, coaching, things like that, sports, anything that involves self-improvement, your partner will be into, and you could meet them this way. But I will say this, when the ruler of the 7th is in the 6th, your partner may be secretive about things, and that could cause some issues or arguments, because this is the 12th from the 7th, your partner's secrets. All right, if you have the ruler of the 7th in the 7th, then your partner will be very self-consumed. They can be very self-conscious, and yes, they will make a lot of everything about them. They are the center, and in order to make this work, you're going to have to make them the center of your universe, because they like to be noticed. And when the ruler of the 7th's in the 7th, you will have a very strong, powerful partner. And they can be very, very successful as well, because this would mean that this planet is pretty much in its own sign. So this is important. So anytime, well, not always, but this really does mean that they are self-consumed, powerful, strong, and successful. Right. If you have the ruler of the 7th house in the 8th house, this is one of the most difficult placements for relationships. So you definitely have relationship karma. This doesn't mean, though, that you can't have a good relationship, but I do guarantee you have to go through some difficulties to get there, to understand what it is in a past life you left off that you have to learn about relationships in this lifetime. It's not easy. It can represent a partner that has secrets, that is very self-consumed, especially around finances and money as well. But I want to say that they could come into money too through inheritances from their family. But all at the same time, you gotta watch issues around betrayal when you have the ruler of the 7th and the 8th. Okay. If you have the ruler of the 7th in the 9th house, then this means you have a partner that is very philosophical, spiritual, and you could meet them through school, higher education, and or travel on long distance trips. But the most important thing for you is that your partner has the same beliefs, the same philosophies about the world. This is truly what your connecting thing will be all about. Having the same morals, the same judgments, same beliefs, spiritually, most importantly. And there will be something where if you're a female, your partner will remind you of your father for good and bad. Okay? So if you have the ruler of the 7th in your 10th house, then this can mean that you can meet your partner through your work. You may work for them. You may work with them. And or if that's not the case, you may end up having a business together. Work is the connecting piece for your life together. And you will have a very ambitious partner, and they're highly intelligent. They're all about their work ethic, and they are very, very smart and intellectual. If you have the ruler of your 7th house in the 11th, then this means you can meet your partner through friends or a social event. So be open to, if you have a friend that goes, oh, there's someone I want you to meet. Come on over, I'm having a party at my house. Go. This can be where you can meet your partner. And or maybe a friend wants to fix you up with somebody. This is how you could meet, through friends. But also social events, social gatherings. It could be through, like, let's say you have some kind of organization that you're interested in, group activity, going to these events. You could meet somebody this way. This is important. Even like a country club, because these are like social places where you can meet people. This is how you'll meet. And the other thing is, your partner can be connected to your friends, or either you come into and form a whole new group of friends through your partner. You see? Okay, if you have the ruler of your 7th house in the 12th, then this can mean, first of all, your partner can be from another country. But otherwise, when the ruling planet of the 7th's in the 12th, many times you feel like your partner is away a lot. They're not there. They travel. They're not there when you need them, whether they travel or not. This is like a distance between you and your partner. This is a difficult placement for marriage and partnerships because you feel lonely and isolated even though you're in a relationship. They seem far away, whether it's in their mind or distance. This is what this can cause. Otherwise, they could just be foreign from a foreign country. So I have covered all of the 12 rising signs, where the planet that rules the 7th house, what house it's situated in, as well as, according to your ascendant, what sign and planet rules your 7th house. This speaks so much detail about your partner and who they are. So that concludes all 12 houses what your partner will be like, and how you can even meet them. So with that, I think I'll close. If you want more information on me, go to my website, galacticcenter.org. And remember, the Galactic Planner will give you even more detail. And in my planner, you can even do compatibility with people in your life. And last but not least, if you want to learn Vedic astrology, go to my university website and become my student, universityofvedicastrology.com. Thank you.